Hi there, welcome to this session of video conferencing with Microsoft Teams. I'm Lily Ginsby and I'm part of the digital learning team. And if you have any questions after this webinar, you're welcome to please contact us. This presentation is located on this tiny URL. So if you want to grab that URL and add this presentation to your drive, you're welcome to share it with your team or your campus. We're just going to spend some time looking at the video conferencing feature in Microsoft Teams. We hope that this webinar will be under 30 minutes, give you a chance to try it out, and then you can ask questions in our chat feature, and then just get an overview of how to set up a video conference and join a conference in Teams. So what is Teams? Microsoft Teams is part of the Office 65 hub. You can chat, have meetings, call, you can collaborate, add documents, different kinds of media. And just to highlight that it is for staff to staff only. So students do not have the ability to access Teams at this time. You can download Microsoft Teams on any device, and you can access it through Webdesk. What's great about Microsoft Teams is that you can record meetings and it saves in the Microsoft Stream and you can share it. So how can I access Teams? You can download it on iOS or Android. You're just going to go to the Apple Store or to Google Play, download it. It'll show up on your phone. It's really handy because my phone calls me. It actually rings, and so you get notifications, and you can use it as a text messaging, a phone call, and a FaceTime, if you will, or a video conferencing with one or a group of colleagues. So we're going to also add it to Webdesk, and I'm going to just show you a quick trick about auto launching it. So you can set it to auto launch on your Webdesk. When you log into Webdesk, it'll automatically launch. If you are on your desktop at school, then you're using the downloaded version. So you have the client version on your desktop, and if you downloaded it on your phone. If you're on a Chromebook or laptop and you're going through Office 365 in Webdesk, then you have the web version. All right, let's go ahead and add it to Webdesk if you haven't already, and then I'm going to show you how to auto launch it. So here's our Webdesk, and if you can add the tile, you're going to use the plus sign right here and then search Microsoft Teams, and you want the web version, and the tile looks like this. So once you've added it to your Webdesk, you can click the edit button and then hover over that tile, and you'll see a little rocket. Once you click it, the rocket will show up next to the name, and it will automatically launch. You can have up to 5 apps launch from your Webdesk automatically when you log in. So that saves a few minutes in the morning if you have apps or programs that you open up every morning. You can set 5 of them to auto launch. So I have my Drive in my Webdesk, and I set that to auto launch, my Teams app, my hotspot, and my email. And that way, with one click, all of my programs that I need daily are just opened up, and I have tabs immediately. You can auto launch it. I have it up every day on my Chromebook, but I also have it on my phone, so I'm easily accessible. So let's get started on the video conferencing part. I'm in the chat group, so if you have Microsoft Teams open, right here in the chat feature, I can call anyone or a group, have a group call, or I can video chat. So I'm going to make sure that I have the group highlighted, and then within that group, I can click on the video conferencing or the video button. When my team does this, we have a morning meeting every day, and one person initiates the call, and my phone rings, and I just answer it just as if it were a regular phone call. So that's how you can set up just a spontaneous video conference with your team members or your team leader group or with administration. Um, and if you're on your computer, you'll get a notification through your Microsoft Teams. Okay, a lot of times you want to schedule a meeting. And so this is all done through Microsoft Teams, and it will be added to your calendar in Outlook. Once you hit send, each member will receive a calendar invite in an email with the link to join the Teams meeting. So 2 ways. I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate how to do it. I left all of the information and more of a step-by-step process in the presentation so that you can keep it and save it for reference, but I'm going to actually do a demonstration. So here's the button where you're video conferencing. If you happen to miss the call and notice that your group is having in the process or in the middle of a video conference, there will be a button right next to the video icon, and then it'll say join, and you can join the conversation at any time while it's still going. So down here, as I'm typing a message, below the message box, I have a calendar, and if you hover over it, it says schedule meeting. If I tap on that, I can add a title, and you can see that the group, that chat group that I had, is already populated. So this is my digital learning team. So maybe my scheduled meeting is our daily dose of DLT. So I'm going to title it, and I want to make sure that I set a time. So we usually have it in the morning about 9 o'clock, and it lasts 9 to 9:30. We'll say 30 minutes. Be careful that you have your AM and PM and that you don't have all day scheduled. I can add it to a channel. So channels are groups that you have created in Teams, and I have a Notorious DLT. That's my digital learning team. So I can add it in my Teams channel, and it will be saved in there. I can make a note. This is our daily updates, and bring whatever news you have for the day. So I can type that in here. Once I hit send, it will send it to their calendars and notify them. So Teams and chat are a little bit different. We just wanted to take a second and explain the difference. Chat is sort of your instant messaging, calling, FaceTiming feature, and you're going to be able to communicate in this way. Teams is more like a Facebook group. So you're going to have a lot of different media that you can insert, and you can organize it somewhat. So that would be the difference. If you do not have a group set up, you can go to contacts and create a group. So I can come down here to the bottom and create a new contact group. I'm going to call it Team Leadership Team, and then I can create. Once I've created the group right here, I can click on the 3 dots and add members to this group. At this moment, one of our questions from our chat group asks if I can import a contact group from Outlook. And unfortunately, I don't have a way to add your contacts as a group. I'm just going to simply type in the name, each name individually, and then I can add that person to my group. It might take just a hot second for you to create the group, but if you're going to frequently use this, and so it would be worth it to take the time to do that, and then you can adjust the group accordingly, and you'll have it all year. We'll go back. So the second way that I can create a calendar event or a meeting, schedule a meeting, is right here in my calendar. So if you'll notice that my daily dose of DLT was created here in my calendar, And when I'm ready to join, I can click on that. Sorry, I have to go to my calendar. And when I'm ready to join, I can click on my calendar event and click join. So there's a way that you can, let me open it up. There's a way that you can copy this and then you can paste it into an email and send if you want to notify your whole organization or campus and you want it to be in an email as well. So there's two ways to schedule a meeting. One is just below my messages. I can schedule it from the calendar icon, or I can actually go to my calendar over here on the left, and I'm going to click add a new meeting. So here in my calendar, I'm going to add a new meeting, and it gives me the same screen. I complete it in the same way as I did from the messaging icon. Okay, so once you've created it, when it's time to conduct the meeting, your team members can just go to their calendar, click on join meeting or the email that you sent. And if someone has missed the meeting and they are in progress, the meeting is in progress, so I can go to my chat group, and if I click on that group, if there is a meeting in progress, then I know I can click on the join meeting button that's right here on the left. And so once I have, one of the quick tips is if you have a group here that is a frequent flyer, if you want to, if you access that group often and you don't want to search down here through all of my calls and all of my communications, I can actually pin that group. And you want to make sure that you're in this. The way to do that is to highlight the group and then click on the three dots, and I can pin the group. Once I pin it, it will always show up in my pinned box up here, and then it won't get lost down here in my recent calls. So that's just a quick pro tip. All right, let's see if there's any questions so far. All right, we don't have any questions so far. I do want to mention there's just a slight difference in the Teams app versus the web page. So sometimes you'll have the option to access it from the Windows app or the online version instead. So you're going to notice that you have two different views. If you're on your phone or if you're on your desktop at work, you're going to be able to see more than one participant in your screen. So here on my phone or on my desktop, I'm going to see up to 4, I think, images of the participants. If I am on my Chromebook or a web version, I'm only going to be able to see the speaker. So just so that you notice, I've not seen a way that you can get a choice of the different views. A lot of times during the conference call, you can include the chat feature on the side, and you can type in information that will happen in both the online and the client versions. Okay, once you start a video conference or group video chat, right at the bottom, you'll notice that there will be a bar that shows, and it gives you some options. So I enlarge the options so that you can see what each icon means. So this is your camera, and you're able to turn your camera on or off. So last week, I was talking with my team, and one of my teammates just got out of the shower, so her hair was still wet, and so she said, I'm just gonna listen, and she turned her camera off. So that's a great reason if you have a lot of distractions behind you and you don't want that to show, you can turn your camera off. You can mute your microphone. We're going to talk about the share and the more options button in just 1 second. When you want to open up the chat feature or show the conversation, you click on this, and it will pop up on the right side of your screen. Also, you can show your participants. So these are all the members that were invited, and then you'll be able to see who all is attending, and then if there are any participants that are missing. One thing that you'll notice is that you'll see a participant's name to the left, bottom left of your screen. And if you click the three dots next to the name, you have a couple of choices. So this is when you have a main speaker and then you have some other participants that are joining in. If you don't like the pop-in effect, where their face is kind of popping in and out, whoever's talking, you can pin the main speaker to your screen and then just listen for the input of the others. And that way you don't have the in and out and the screen switching. You can also mute that participant. Okay, so in this view, you can tell that Clara is in the conversation and I'm moderating. Okay, so this is where you're going to be able to record your video conference. So in the three dots, you can click that and then a little pop-up window will show and it'll give you the option to start recording. Once you finish recording, we'll talk about where you can access the video. Here is the share button, and this is a really cool feature where you can show your desktop, which is what I'm doing right now, but you can also pull up a PowerPoint presentation, and then you also have an option of a whiteboard where you can draw or type or write in, make notes. And so I think those are really great options if you need them, and you can access it through the share options. Okay, so once you've finished your video and your meeting and you've closed the meeting out, it will take a second for it to sort of complete the video process and the saving process. And then when you want to access it, you're going to go on the left side underneath the chat feature. There are three dots, and when you click on the three dots, it gives you the opportunity to find other apps. You want the Stream app, and so if you don't see it right here in the immediate screen, you can search for it up here at the top. So once you click on Stream, you'll get another screen that pops up as your watch list. And over on the far right is Microsoft Stream. If you click on that, you'll access the Stream app, and then you'll want to, I think it defaults to the watch list, so you'll want to click videos. That's where you're going to find your videos. So in Stream, you're going to click videos, and then you should be able to see the videos from the chat meetings that you've had. Okay, do we have any questions so far? Okay, we're going to take just a few minutes for you to try it out. Feel free to set up a meeting. You can see if you can find a teammate that you want to call real quick and check and see if you can work the features of the chat video conferencing tab. I'll be here. I will check the chat box and see if there's any questions, and we can troubleshoot. And then if you didn't grab the URL, it's still right here. Please make sure your comments and questions are in our chat. And you can follow us at PISD Tech. That's where we'll post our latest updates and new webinars that we're offering. You can follow me at Lily Ginsby. And then if you're looking for a place for all of the resources, please access pisd.edu/IT, IT for instructional technology. All of our webinars are posted here. And then if you click on technology resources, you'll get even more detailed and directions and resources. So if we are looking at Microsoft Teams, I can come into technology resources and look for Microsoft Teams, and then I have tips and tricks, a support page, how to install step by step. So thank you for joining me in this webinar, and I hope that you will have a robust time interacting and collaborating with your team and your campus. Until next time, we will talk to you later. And I'll stay online just in case there are chat questions.